Good morning. Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be in the world, listening to this month's Dolphin Star Temple Global Meditation. This is my first time doing a Facebook Live, so I hope I've got it set up correctly. It looks like it. Very good. I'll just give it a moment just to see if I can figure out people coming on board, any comments and so forth. And we'll get underway any second. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, so we got a few people on, which is excellent. 4, looks like 5. Excellent. So, got a few people watching, which is great. Yes, I'll just repeat. Welcome to this month's Dolphin Star Temple Global Meditation. And my apologies for the last attempt at this. I'm a little bit new to the Facebook Lives, and it looks like I've got it working okay this time around, which is fantastic. I'm very, very pleased about that. Let's see. So, yes, apologies for the last attempt, and in this month's meditation, I'll just give a brief recap on myself. My name's Tony Collins. I'm broadcasting this morning from the Gold Coast in Australia, and I've been involved with the Dolphin Star Temple for about 5 years now. Prior to that, I have 15 years on top of that experience in past life regression and life between lives. So recently joined the Dolphin Star Temple board, which has been a fantastic opportunity, and all I can say is that I've absolutely loved my involvement and my learnings and my time with the Dolphin Star Temple and Amora Kuan Yin's work. Absolutely fantastic work. So for anybody who has been interested for a long time, or anybody who is wanting to engage with the temple, there are plenty of practitioners and teachers around the world. And today we're going to be working with a number of themes and techniques that are common in the Dolphin Star Temple. So we're going to, when I start the meditation shortly, we'll be doing a temple setup and a brief cleansing of the aura. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. And I'm really sorry. I can just see tiny comments down the bottom, which is good. I'm not sure where those comments are coming from, but thank you very much for joining this morning, or evening, or afternoon, wherever you happen to be. Now, yeah, so we're going to be doing a temple setup, so setting up the Dolphin Star Temple as you would in either a training or in a healing session. And the theme of today's meditation is going to be soul retrieval. So soul retrieval, in general terms, is something that's been practiced by indigenous cultures for millennia, and the idea being, and it's also, a technique in the Dolphin Star Temple practitioner regime as well. The idea being that as we move through our various lifetimes, and as we move through our experiences in this life as well, that significant emotional or traumatic events can leave soul fragmentation. So little parts of the soul that can be affected, left behind, traumatized, frozen in time. There are numerous things that can happen to aspects of the soul. In Dolphin Star Temple work, we call them aspects, and in other work, it just comes under the term of soul fragment. So we'll be journeying back in time to recover lost soul fragments or aspects of ourselves, and it's going to be a very general, broad sweep along a timeline. So before we begin this morning's meditation, I just wanted to give a couple of concepts about how this works. If you could, wherever you are right now, just imagine that there's a line in front of you. Just go ahead and close your eyes. And imagine that there's a line in front of you, just a flat line, going from left to right, and it's immediately in front. Where you're looking directly in front of you on the line, that would equal now time. So that means this moment right now. If you were to look to the right, that would go off into the future. And if you were to look to the left, that would go all the way back into the past. When we get underway in the meditation, what I'm going to have you, or ask you to do, is imagine that you can float back along that past timeline And in the process of floating back along the timeline, we're going to take an aspect or a little spark of our soul light and go back along the timeline and invite any aspects, fragments, or parts of our soul that we've left behind in previous experiences to come back to us and to come back into the fullness of who we are, so we can bring them back into now time and heal them. So the intention will be, when we get there, to go all the way back along the line to the point in time where your soul aspect was created, where the fullness of your soul was actually created and brought into being. And we're also asking for aspects and fragments in the past times that are ready to come back and join us in now time as well. There may be some that require a little bit more work. There may be some that would be better if you were to have a session guided by a practitioner who can help you go back and heal something that needs a little bit more attention. But there could be plenty of aspects and fragments of soul that are back there that are ready to come back and become one, whole and integrated back into the wholeness of the soul inside your identity right now. We're going to be working with the aura, the chakras as well, and we'll be setting up a couple of chambers. And setting up chambers in Dolphin Star Temple or Pleiadian Lightwork is a very common thing. And yeah, basically, when you go back on the timeline, we will be journeying back into times that are below conscious awareness or outside conscious awareness. So you're not required to be 100% aware of the past lives. If you are aware of some past lives, that's great. If not, it's perfectly okay. It can just be a general, broad sweep back in time, requesting those fragments to come back to you. Okay, very good. So, looks like there's 5 people watching. Thank you very much. I'm not sure how versed people are in Dolphin Star Temple practices, so we're going to do a temple setup this morning and a general sweep and cleanse on the aura. Before we begin that, so the aura would be resting about 3 feet away from our body. If you would hold your arms out to full stretch, either side, horizontally, you'll find that the aura comes to the tips of the fingertips to your left and to your right. It will also be 3 feet in front of you, 3 feet behind you, 3 feet above, and 3 feet below. With our aura, at the very top of the aura, which for want of a better term we could call the north pole of the aura, there is a cosmic portal chakra, and 3 feet below our feet there is an earth portal chakra. The cosmic portal chakra obviously is bringing in light frequencies and our higher self through the cosmic portal, and there's a tube of light that runs between those 2 points, North Pole and South Pole. That tube of light goes directly right down through the center of our being, and that is where our 7 primary chakras are connected to that tube as well. So we're going to be doing a cleanse of the aura itself and the chakras. Our base, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. It'll just be a general, nice, easy sweep this morning, and then we'll prepare to set up our timeline and go back in time. So wherever you happen to be sitting or lying or just relaxing, wherever you are, at home, or wherever you happen to be, you can go ahead and close your eyes now and just start to bring yourself into present time. And taking a couple of nice deep breaths. And allowing your breath to be smooth and even and effortless. Not putting any effort into the breathing at all, just allowing the breathing to be taking care of itself and starting to get into a nice, steady, even rhythm. Just breathing in. When you breathe in a sense of calm and relaxation. And breathing out, and when you breathe out, breathing out any tension. And just becoming aware of your physical body and how your physical body's feeling in this moment. Any pockets of tension, Just gathering that tension up with your in-breath and then releasing it with your out-breath. Excuse me. And intending to bring all of you into present time, right here and right now. And using your senses, particularly feelings, but if you're a visual person as well, you can visualize this process. You can visualize the whole process as we go along, to the degree that you can. And starting to get in touch with your aura. And your aura, of course, is the outer edge of your being. So we have our physical body. We have other etheric, emotional, mental, spiritual, astral bodies as well. Knowing that your physical body is surrounded by this auric field, the outermost layer of your being and your energetic being. Really tuning in, using your senses, and sensing your aura 3 feet away from you in every direction. Feeling it to the left of you, to the right of you, in front of you, and behind you, and above and below. And just noticing how your aura feels, and if for any reason you feel that it may be too far away from you, which can happen sometimes, you can just pull it in, intend that it comes into approximately 3 feet away from you in every direction. Conversely, every now and then we may feel that our aura has been pulled in too close to the body. And if you're feeling any sense of that, allow yourself to just gently push the aura until it reaches its desired location, which is 3 feet away from you in every direction as well. Becoming aware that at the south pole of your aura, below your feet, that southernmost tip of the aura, there's an earth portal chakra. And if you like as well, you can just place in Amora Kuan-Yin's work, there's very often the use of roses. So you can also imagine that you have 4 roses just outside the boundary of your aura. 1 in front, 1 behind you, 1 to the left, and 1 to the right. And those roses, you can visualize the stems of those roses going all the way down to the center of the earth and just attaching to the earth star crystal right at the center of the earth. And these are your boundary roses, your protective roses. And to begin today, we'd like to cleanse and clear and calm ourselves by inviting the 12 elders of the rainbow flame to bring into our body, aura, hologram, and our chakras the 7 flames, the corresponding colors of the rainbow and the corresponding colors of the chakras themselves. We're going to begin by inviting a white flame of truth. So if you can just extend your awareness down to below your feet, 3 feet below your feet, where the earth portal chakra is. And then imagine that with your in-breath, you're going to draw a white flame of truth through the earth portal chakra, all the way up the central tube of light. that runs right through the center of your physical body. It's an etheric map. And with your in-breath, you can draw in the white flame of truth all the way up to the top of the aura, all the way up through the tube of light, and very gently expand that white flame out with your out-breath. And it starts to fill up your entire aura. Cleansing and clearing, just burning away anything you don't need to know about, and bringing yourself completely and totally into present time. And we'll have a couple of breaths with each flame. Another breath with the white flame of truth when you're ready. All the way up the tube of light to the top of the aura, and then expanding it out. And just imagine it's filling that entire energetic space around you. Just outside the physical body, 3 feet around you in every direction. Good. Bringing your attention down to the earth portal chakra and inviting the red flame. Just seeing an etheric red flame rising up through the tube of light with your in-breath, all the way to the top of the tube, and then expanding it out and just feeling the red flame cleansing and clearing inside your entire aura. And be aware of it inside your entire aura, every possible location inside your little bubble, energetic auric bubble. Another breath with the red flame. Totally in present time, it's keeping your focus, holding your intention, expanding it out through your aura with your out-breath. Good. When you're ready, drawing in the orange flame, so bringing your attention down to the earth portal chakra once again, and just drawing in the orange flame all the way up the tube of light, just expanding it out with your out-breath, cleansing, clearing and balancing. Again, just letting your breathing be very even and effortless. Another breath with the orange flame. Just gently expanding it out with your out-breath. Good. Now being aware of the yellow flame, and just calling in the yellow flame up the tube of light, coming up from the earth portal chakra with your in-breath, and expanding it out through your entire body aura hologram, cleansing and clearing. And another breath with the yellow flame when you're ready. All the way to the top, expanding it out with your out-breath. Good. Now being aware of the green flame. Just noticing a green etheric flame coming up through your tube of light, right through the center of your being, an energetic channel. And drawing it up with your in-breath, expanding it out with your out-breath, cleansing and clearing your entire auric field. And if you drift at any point in time, that's fine. Just allow yourself to come back to focusing on where you were up to and what you're focused on at any given time. Another breath with the green flame. And expanding it out with your out-breath. And now being aware of the blue flame. Bring your attention down to the earth portal chakra when you're breathing in. Just breathing in the color blue, the flame blue. All the way up your tube of light. Expanding the blue flame out with your out-breath. Cleansing and clearing your entire aura. And another breath with the blue flame. Very gently expanding out. And remembering to be in present time as much as you can. Now being aware of the indigo flame. Once again, just drawing your attention down to below your feet. Inviting, welcoming and drawing the indigo flame right up the central tube of light with your in-breath. And then expanding it out with your out-breath. And feeling the indigo in your aura, just burning away anything you don't need to know about. Another breath with the indigo flame in your own time. Expanding it out. And a final colour, will be the violet flame. As you bring your attention down to the earth portal chakra, you can draw in the violet flame with your in-breath. All the way to the top of the tube of light, and then expanding it out with your out-breath. Cleansing and clearing your aura. Another breath with the violet flame when you're ready. All the way to the top of the tube and expanding it out. Good. And of course, each of the colors represent the colors of the different chakras as well. The red representing your base or first chakra. Orange representing your sacral. Yellow, your solar plexus. Green, your heart. Blue, the throat. Indigo, third eye. And violet representing the crown chakra. And just being aware of each of those chakras and how they're connected to your tube of light. And for a couple of breaths, we're just going to cleanse and clear each chakra with all of the flames together. So a blend of all of the flames. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet and indigo. And just seeing, sensing, feeling those flames on your next in-breath, all of them coming up the tube of light, and focusing on the area where your base chakra is, and just breathing all the flames in and throughout your base chakra, just cleansing, clearing and balancing that energy center. Another breath in your own time. And then cleansing and clearing in the base. Now bringing your awareness up to the sacral chakra, just below the navel. And when you're breathing all 7 flames in, breathe it up the tube of light and then just feel them gently expand out into the sacral. Cleansing, clearing and balancing this chakra. Just breathing comfortably. Another breath in with all 7 flames together. Gently cleansing and clearing in the sacral. On your next in-breath, just drawing all the flames together up into your solar plexus chakra, right at the base of the rib area there. All the flames together with your in-breath up your tube of light and then expanding them out into the solar plexus, cleansing, clearing and balancing. Another breath into the solar plexus. And expanding it out. On your next in-breath, bring all 7 flames together up and just expanding out into the heart chakra. Just gently feeling the flames cleanse, clear and balance the heart area. Just feeling all the flames together, cleansing and clearing in the heart. And another breath in your own time. All the flames together and expanding them out. Good. With your next in-breath, draw all the flames together and expand them out into the throat chakra with your out-breath. So just drawing the flames in. Feeling, sensing the throat chakra and just expanding the flames into the throat. Cleansing and clearing that area. Another breath in your own time. And just expanding them out very gently, smoothly and evenly. With your next in-breath, become aware of your third eye chakra, just slightly above the eyebrow area, right in the center of the forehead. And draw all 7 flames together with your in-breath, up the tube of light, and then expanding them out into the third eye, cleansing, clearing and balancing. Another breath with all the flames in your own time. And just expanding them into the third eye. Good. And our final chakra is the crown chakra right at the top of the head. Just resting right at the top of the physical head. And when you draw all 7 flames together this time, draw them all the way up the tube. Feeling and sensing those flames just cleansing and clearing the crown chakra area. Just balancing, harmonizing your entire energy field. And another breath, all the flames together. All the way up the tube of light, and then expanding them out into the crown chakra with your out breath. Good. Just to complete the cleansing process, we'll have a couple of breaths with the white flame of truth. And the white flame of truth is gently going to push all of those colors out of the aura, where they'll start to form rings or layers of protection on the outside of your aura with your out breath. So when you're breathing in, you breathe in the white flame of truth all the way to the top of the aura. And just gently pushing all of those colors to the outside of your aura, forming a layer of protection the entire way around. Just feeling all of the colors till they're out of the chakras, out of the aura. And you notice these rings, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet, all residing on the outside of your auric field. Just a few breaths to make sure that all the colours are out and resting around your aura. And beyond that, you can extend, you can ask for an extra 4 feet of ultraviolet light as an extra layer of protection. And just stating your intent that only those of a divine quality may enter my aura. Anything other than divine must leave now. We're just going to set space for the Dolphin Star Temple. Imagining that above the room where you are, or the space where you are, we're going to invite 27 diamond crystalline pillars of light to come down from the cities of light and surround your space. And just to create a Dolphin Star Temple healing space of highest divine truth and wisdom, divine unconditional love and harmony, divine balance and clarity, divine grace, divine mercy and divine compassion, where only those of a divine quality may enter. Anything other than divine must leave now. We'll also invite the Pleiadian emissaries of light for an interdimensional cone of light to be placed above the space. The Syrian emissaries of light to bring an evolutionary cone of light, also placed above our healing space, or the space where you are. And the Andromedan emissaries of light to bring an intergalactic cone of light. And then underneath the space, we'll ask the higher council of light for an earth cone to be placed below the healing goal, below the room where you are, and just connecting with the houses, properties, surrounding areas, and connecting with the Earth Star Crystal, Goddess Gaia energy, and nothing less. Just take a moment to feel into your body, your being, your energy system, your aura, and the space that you've created around you. And in Pleiadian Lightwork, it's very common to work with chambers, etheric or energetic chambers that can be placed around us for various purposes. And today I'd like you to invite a pain release chamber to be placed around your entire aura, body, aura, and hologram. And a multi-dimensional accelerated integration chamber to be placed around your body, aura, and hologram as well. And just becoming aware of the timeline that we mentioned at the beginning or before we began the meditation. This line of experience that runs from left to right, right in front of you. And to the right it would go all the way off into the future, and to the left it goes all the way back into the past. And all the way back into the past goes all the way back to the very moment in time and space where your higher self or your soul self was created, was first brought into being. And right in front of you equals the moment of now, and anything off to the left is every single experience your soul self has ever experienced from the moment it was brought into creation. And there will be a myriad of experiences back there. And please know, it's not required for you to remember all of them or to zero in on any particular experiences. It's just to become aware that back there in the past are an enormous amount of experiences, including other lifetimes as a human on planet Earth for most of us, and for many of us as well, other lifetimes involving experiences not on Earth or in other worlds. And then of course there's all the time that we're not even in bodies. Our higher self is operating from the higher planes of light, preparing for incarnations. And what I'd like you to do now is right behind your own heart chakra, there's a housing called the soul matrix, and it holds the essence of our soul self inside it. And it's a unique essence. Each one of us holds a unique signature of our higher self. I'd like you to imagine that you can just borrow a small spark, just a small spark from your soul essence, of your soul essence I should say, from your soul matrix, and just have that with you as you prepare to just journey back in time. And that soul essence will act as a magnet for any aspect of your soul that is stuck back there in time due to negative or painful experiences or traumatic experiences. These little fragments that have been left behind. Now, as we journey back in time, you might see those aspects or fragments as being like a little ghostly outline, like a wraith of some kind, or it might just look like your soul essence that's just stuck for whatever reason. And we're going to invite each and all of those essences and aspects that are ready to come back to you at this point in time to be magnetized towards that soul essence that you're carrying, and to come back to be one, whole and complete and integrated with you once again. So just imagining and feeling very, very light and very free. And very connected to whatever's occurred in that line. I'm now going to invite you to gently float back along the line, making sure you have your little spark of soul essence with you. And just float back along the line and back past all of the experiences that you've had in this lifetime. The decades or time that you've spent in this incarnation, and just keep going and going back until you reach your date of birth in this lifetime on the line. And now just gently keep floating back. And you don't need to be aware of the lifetimes or the experiences. Just have a look for any parts of you back there, any aspects of you back there that may still be in pain, and that for whatever reason have been fragmented off or out of the wholeness of your soul being. You can float all the way back. Whatever you're aware of is absolutely fine. You may see an aspect of a past life. You may see the fragment itself present itself in a particular way. Perhaps it looks like a small outline of the character, the person or the being that you were in that time and place. And just as you float, also having a sense of how far back your line goes. Just a sense of it. Whatever you can be aware of. Whatever insights or awareness comes to you as you float back. Maybe the line appears to stretch on forever. Or maybe it's a little more defined. Either way, it's totally fine. But as you float, allow yourself to be drawn to any moment in time on or near your timeline where you sense that there's a small spark of yourself that's still stuck. That's just remained somehow and for whatever reason connected to that moment in time and space. And however you do it is fine. You might You might want to zero in on one particular aspect, or you might want to take a broader vantage point where you can see lots of little aspects along the line. However you do it is fine. We're just using that small aspect of soul, the little essence that you have with you, to shine a light back into the past and get the attention of any and all old aspects, or wraiths, or fragments. And letting them know that you're calling them back now to present time, to be one, whole and complete once more. See, sense or feel any of those small fragments coming back to you now. Just inviting them, welcoming them, letting them know that it's perfectly okay to let go of any and all pain that occurred in that experience. And that whatever old experiences may exist back there, they simply don't matter anymore. And all those aspects and fragments coming back to you from any part in time and space, just being attracted like a magnet to the small essence of your soul that you're carrying. You may get a sense that some aspects come easily, effortlessly, as if they've eagerly anticipated your soul or your consciousness to go back and recover them from the experiences they've had. You may get a sense that some are very willing, and you may get a sense that some are perhaps a little cautious, a little unsure. And whatever you're experiencing in either regard is perfectly fine. But just continuing to invite, continuing to welcome, and letting all those aspects know that you've come back to greet them once again, to remember them, and to let them know that there is no requirement for them to hang on to pain forever, and that if they wanted to, they could let go of that pain and come home to you and the wholeness of you in now time, right now. any and all aspects that do come back to you. You can just welcome them right back inside, just extending a rainbow bridge out of your heart chakra and welcoming them home, right back into the soul matrix, just behind the heart. And feel them growing inside you. Or expanding inside you, I should say. And welcoming them back to be whole and complete once more. Knowing that any and all of these fragments and aspects will gently and effortlessly integrate inside you from this moment forward. As you move out into the future, good. And once you feel as if you've collected as much as you possibly can from the more distant past, the past that may not be consciously aware, or you may not be consciously aware of, turn your attention back to the timeline and start drifting back in the direction towards now. As you float along the timeline, coming back and noticing that date of birth that you passed some time ago as you headed back into the past. Now you're heading in the direction of the future and now time. And as you come back along the timeline past your point of birth, I'd like you gently to float over your infant and childhood years, and your teenage years. And as you do, very gently float there and check if there are any little lost aspects or fragments that may have been stuck in time in this lifetime. Perhaps you experienced something very negative in your younger years, or something that caused a lot of pain or distress, and perhaps that pain or distress left a little aspect or a little fragment of soul in this experience. If that's the case, you can connect with the age in which you were, the version of you and the age that you were when something like that occurred. And just noticing there may be an aspect or a part of soul that is still a little bit stuck in that time. And you can let your younger self know that you're come back to help them. Come back to reconnect. Come back to let them know that everything's okay now that that experience is now over. And they can release any and all pain that occurred at that time. You can let them know what life's like at your present age. And that if they wanted to, they could come with you out to present time and continue the journey, whole and complete, inside you as you move forward into the future. Just leaving the past behind, letting any pain go and knowing that it's okay, it doesn't matter anymore. Once again, if you have found something like that in your younger years, you can just extend a rainbow bridge out of the heart chakra and letting them know they're very welcome to let go of any of the old pain and to come back and to start to integrate once again into the fullness of the soul and your soul self as you move on out into the future. Good. Now, having gathered as many aspects as we possibly can, allowing yourself to come along the timeline all the way up to present time, to the present moment here in June 2023, where your physical body is located. Noticing the room where you are, and just taking that small spark, or the small, spark of your essence that you borrowed to begin the process, and just returning that back to your soul matrix. And taking a couple of nice deep breaths. Breathing in any fragments or aspects that you recovered, just knowing that they are now reconnected, a one, whole and complete, feeling released and relieved and so free and happy to be home inside you once again. And becoming aware that those will be with you whole and complete whenever you need them out into the future as you continue your journey of evolution and experience and growth. And the journey of bringing the soul and anchoring it more fully into the body, which enhances your experience in this lifetime and allows you to live with a lot more freedom, happiness, and just general contentment as you move into the future. And just becoming aware of present time, the room where you are, how your physical body is feeling. Take a couple of nice deep breaths and become very aware of your physical body in now time as we prepare to conclude the timeline journey for today and to come back to a waking consciousness and a waking awareness in the room where you are. Now it's good to just formally end the meditation and to gently come all the way back to now. Excuse me, sorry. And in a few moments I'm going to count from 1 to 10. And when I reach 8 you can open your eyes. When I reach 10 you can be fully wide awake, fully present and fully back in now time, feeling fine, refreshed, relaxed, and just feeling, sensing any changes, as if you've become a little more whole and complete than before we started. Starting with the number 1, I'd like you to feel your feet wherever they're located and just wiggle your toes. Just give your toes a wiggle. and move your feet. And then sensing a waking energy coming from the feet up through the calf muscles 2 and through the knees, and then you can feel your whole legs, and you might just want to give the muscles in your legs a stretch 3, and just feel your legs from the base of your spine, muscles in the quads, muscles in the hamstrings, calf muscles, etc. And then you feel the spine and the muscles in the spine just waking up, either side of the spine 4. And then all the muscles in the back coming fully back to a waking state 5. Just give your shoulders a bit of a roll. Really feeling your physical body and your presence in the room. And then 6, both of your arms, you might just want to gently stretch and move your arms. And give your hands and fingers and thumbs a bit of a squeeze. 7, you're very aware that the journey's concluded and that you're back to waking consciousness, present time, right in the room where you're located. And 8, when you feel ready, open your eyes. Make sure your eyes are open and make sure you're aware of the room, where you are, the objects in the room, the light in the room. And then 9, you become very aware that you're wide awake and back to present time, just feeling your physical self. Pardon me. And 10, fully wide awake, fully back to now, and fully back in the room. And welcome back. Welcome back. I'd be very, very interested to hear experiences, questions, comments. If you do have any questions at all about that process, please let me know, and I will respond to those. And if you have any comments about your experience, whether it was hard or easy, whether you had a very strong sense or a vague sense, whatever happened for you was perfectly fine as well. Again, yes, just reach out. Let me know, and I'd be more than happy to talk you through any aspect of what we just went through, and or answer any other questions about the temple, the healing methods, practitioners, etc. So thank you very much to the folks that joined us here today, and I hope you enjoyed and got a lot from that meditation. Do reach out anytime you'd like to, and I'm more than happy to talk you through the processes. So we'll conclude there. Wherever you happen to be, have a wonderful day. Really light day, and but any aspects that came back on board, really welcome them back on board, and take them out into now time. Maybe have an enjoyable little connection to the world as a conclusion to this meditation. Thank you as well, much appreciated for your comment there. I'm so sorry, but my eyesight's not great either. I can't see names or where you're from, but I will be checking into that, and I look forward to hearing from you and any feedback. So thank you. Have a blessed day, and be in touch, or we'll see you on another meditation soon. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.